Hello and welcome back. This is the sixth and final session of SATCO Lighting Basics. We will review industrial applications, fixture layouts, return on investment or ROI for short, and a rebate finder with examples. We'll take a closer look now at the industrial market and its lighting needs. Including in the industrial market, we will also look at gymnasiums because they also use high and low bay type fixtures. So for industrial applications, warehouses, manufacturing, and as I said before, gyms, what are the most common types of fixtures? Well, for all those applications of assembly, racking, shipping and receiving, and athletics, high and or low bay fixtures are the common fixture. Why? Because they provide a lot of lumens, which you need in order to get the correct foot candles into that very large space. You also need exterior fixtures for loading docks, security, and area lighting. You'll also have office spaces that probably will use lay-in or troffers, utility areas, storage, break room, etc. These are usually strips or lay-in, and then emergency egress, either with emergency onboard a fixture or supplemental emergency lighting. For those high ceiling, large facility applications, high bay lighting makes perfect sense. Here's the Satco UFO high bay with wattages from 100 to 240. These wattages provide high lumen packages up to almost 35,000 lumens. You need those lumens in high ceilings in order to get foot candle levels that are appropriate for the application. As in any fixture, there are a lot of add-on accessories to ensure that you have the proper mounting types, sensors, and or battery backup if required. The options for this product is the easy to add on sensor that can be programmed with the remote program as you see on the bottom left. We also have EMR battery backup options that can be easily installed. As for wire guards, they are also an option, as well as refractors, shades, and bottom diffuser. And you can see two different types of mounting. A hook can be used on any chain, and also a yoke style. The fixtures are wet location, IP65, and also include a 4K voltage surge protector. For utility programs, the UFO High Bay is DLC Premium certified. The newest member of the UFO High Bay family includes Color Quick and Power Quick. The adjustable CCTs or color temperatures are 3000, 4000, and 5000. And the two varieties we have for adjustable wattage are 80 watts, 100 watts, and 120 watts in one package, and then 150 watts, 175 watts, and 200 watts in another package. Selecting either the color temperature or the wattage is as simple as moving the switch on the back of the fixture. As far as accessories, we have a wide variety of accessories including an add-on microwave sensor with different settings. Those settings can be done with the handheld remote programmer. So install the fixture, turn it on, and use the remote handheld programmer to determine what settings are right for the application. Accessories also include an emergency battery backup or EMR device that is easily installed into the fixture. These fixtures are available in black and or white. For mounting options, it comes standard with a hook, and then we have a yoke option as well as a pendant mounted option. And for reflectors, refractors, or wire guards, we have all of those available. The fixture is wet rated at an IP65, includes a 4 kilovolt surge protector, and is DLC Premium certified to participate in utility rebate programs. When a linear high bay fixture is required, we have an adjustable high bay where the adjustment allows for unique beam spreads to fit the application. That's done by turning the two outside LED modules on the fixture either in and out, as both are rotatable 180 degrees. Fixture packages start at 110 watts and go up to 220 watts, with lumen packages as low as 15,000 or more than 30,000 lumens. Pick the right lumen package to meet your foot candle level. We certainly don't want wasted energy used where it's not needed. For accessories, we have a battery backup add-on, sensors, either microwave with 5 adjustments or a standard PIR motion detector. For mounting, included are chains, and options are pipe mount, surface mount, and also protective cages for additional fixture safety. The fixture is dimmable using 1 to 10 volt technology. It's made for indoor use and has a rating of IP40, and it is DLC Premium certified to enhance your utility rebate where applicable. We've covered a lot of ground in the previous 5 sessions, and now we'll look at some useful tools that can help you and your customer decide the number of fixtures that's needed to properly light a space. We'll look at being able to provide a return on investment analysis to the customer, and also rebate opportunities that may be available from your local utilities. We looked at a couple different fixtures that can be used in a high bay space. Here's a case study where we have an existing manufacturing facility, and they give you all the details needed to do a lighting layout. The room size, 150 feet long, 72 foot wide, a ceiling height of 32 feet, reflectivity for the ceiling and the walls and the floor. The IES recommends between 10 and 30 foot candles for a space like this. And they have utilized 15 linear high bay fixtures using T8 lamps. The total watts consumed per fixture is 217 watts. The average foot candle in the current installation is 22 foot candles. The number of luminaires is 21 luminaires. With that information, we can then do a layout to determine which LED high bay may do a better job for the customer. At the SATCO.com website, to look for a high bay fixture or any functional or commercial fixtures, we would go to the functional fixture section and then click on this link. Next, under the high bay section, we'll look at a 150 watt, 4000 degree Kelvin high bay fixture. Then, looking at the lighting layout analysis for that fixture, with a few simple screens, we can generate a lighting layout by replacing the fluorescent lamps with LED. We already know what fixture we want, the 65-183 150 watt fixture, and you've already have that selected. The length, the width, the height, we already know that information. 150 feet long, 72 feet wide, 32 feet high. We're going to suspend that approximately 1.5 feet, and the work plane height is generally 2.5 feet from the finished floor. So for a IES generation of foot candles, the foot candles will be calculated 28 feet from the ceiling. We're not going to put in the desired foot candles. We're going to put in the luminaires. Generally, replacements are 1-for-1. So we insert 21 luminaires in that section. Now you're all done. For that UFO high bay 150 watt with 21 luminaires, we have 29 foot candles. That's more than the 22 that the fluorescent generated. The watts per square foot for the fluorescent were 0.42 watts per square foot. And for the LED, we're down to 0.29 or 0.3 watts per square foot, about a 30% savings. The manual calculation for return on investment is total watts saved, the cost per kilowatt in that area, and the number of hours a day that the fixtures are on. So watts saved times the cost divided by 1,000. We also then need how much is it going to cost the customer to purchase and install the fixtures. And if there's a utility rebate, we'd also factor that in. So it's the cost of the new light fixture minus the rebate divided by the dollars saved with the lower energy. Now, we won't ask you to do this by hand, but it's always good to know where the numbers come from. So back into the SATCO.com website, under Tools, you'll see ROI Calculator. And with a couple of quick pieces of information, you can input the type of existing fixture, in this case, T8 linear fluorescent. It is a 6-lamp fixture, and we know how many watts because they told us in the original case, 217 watts per fixture. We'll replace it with a high bay luminaire, and if you scroll down the list of proposed product, you'll see the 65183, which is actually 154 watts, nominally 150. We estimated the equipment cost, and again, these are just estimates. You would know better what to put in here. So I put down the equipment cost is $200, labor cost is $100. So a $300 cost per fixture. Well, how does that stack up to savings? The total project will cost $6,300, broken up by equipment and labor. The energy saving is approximately $900 a year. That's a combination of energy savings and reduction in maintenance cost. The utility for all 21 fixtures will give you a rebate of $471. So what's your time to pay back? Without the utility rebate, 6.9 years. With the utility rebate, 6.4 years. Not a very good payback, and most companies won't even think about this unless it's under 4 years. So what do we do next? Well, there are always options. In this case, we'll look at a lower wattage fixture. Why did we pick a 150? Well, it seemed right at the time. But after going through the calculations, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. So we go back to the fixture layout tool, and we go from the 150 watt down to the 100 watt fixture. What the layout tool tells us is, using the 2100 watt fixtures, we get 21 foot candles. The original fluorescent system had 22 foot candles. Seems very reasonable that that will work fine. The fluorescent system had almost 0.4 watts per square feet, and in this case, we're half of that at 0.2 watts a square foot. Go back to the ROI calculator, and let's see how the ROI comes out now. So the only thing we changed here was the proposed product. We went from a 150 watt fixture down to 100, and it's actually 102 watts. The project cost is the same. The cost of energy plus maintenance goes up to $1,446. Utility rebate also goes up because the amount of energy that was saved under this utility rebate program. So your rebate doubled from $400 to over $800. Without the utility rebate, we're at 4.4 years. It's okay. But with the utility rebate, we get under that magic 4-year number. This is a much better scenario to present to the customer. Now, costs. The equipment and the labor costs really something that you'll have to put in, either discussing with sales and or the customer. They may have in-house labor where the labor will be less than $100 a fixture. And the equipment costs, again, depending on the type of utility rebate you have, that may change dramatically. The ROI calculator can be used not just for fixtures, but it can be used for changing lamps, changing from a legacy type to an LED. Here's a case where we had a 250 watt metal halide lamp and we want to put in an 80 watt LED high pro. Same information is needed. Key, hours, wattage. A 250 watt metal halide lamp is showing at 295 watts. Well, we learned prior that in order to operate a 250 watt metal halide, you actually are going to have to add wattage to it because the ballast uses between 10 and 20% of the lamp wattage. So in this case, the hours are 4,000 hours a year. We have 10 fixtures and we'll utilize an 80 watt high pro. Product price, including labor, well, again, I put in a number. You'll know better what to put in there. I showed you this example because you don't have to do just one lamp at a time. You can put up 100 different lamps and or fixtures on one sheet by just adding the plus button and adding another layer to this return on investment calculation. In this particular utility in the Northeast, electric rates are pretty high. As mentioned in previous sessions, the national average is 10 cents, and here in the Northeast, this utility charges over 15 cents a kilowatt. For the two products that we want to change to LED, the total equipment cost is $2,500, and the savings will be almost half of that. The rebate from the utility is also very generous at $750. In this case, without the rebate, the return on investment is less than 2 years and is very favorable. With the utility rebate, it's just a little over a year. The ROI calculator also provides additional information that can be sent to the customer. Here's a nice set of charts and graphs, which will be appreciated by the customer because they clearly explain what their current costs are for electricity versus what they will be after an upgrade or a retrofit is done. The ROI calculator also includes rebates, but if you're not sure what fixtures or lamps are rebatable for the customer, you can go directly to the rebate finder. Fixtures and lamps that do have rebates will generally require either an Energy Star certification or a DLC certification. So in this example, we wanted to see what 2x4 lay-in troffers would have rebates in the Minnesota area under the XL Northern States Power Utility. And yes, there are many. We went a little further just to give you an idea of what areas of the country do have rebates. So $30 in that Minnesota area. In Nashville, Tennessee, there is no rebate. In Billings, Montana, there's also a rebate, as well as Jackson, Mississippi, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Ohio, and in this case, Miami, Florida. For the most of Florida does not offer rebates, and that really is a determination between the utility and the State Public Utility Commission. Here's an example of the rebate finder looking at high bay opportunities from Consumers Energy. what we found was, yes, there are rebates, and it looks like a very big number. But if you look at the notes say, if you're replacing certain things, you can get up to 35 cents per watt. And in other cases, you can get up to 70 cents a watt, depending on the burn hours. Utility rebates are not simple. You just need to look in a couple places to determine what the rebate is, and this tool helps you do that. There are links on all of the rebate programs so that you can get right to the utility website and notice if there's any asterisks or any areas where you have to meet certain criteria. Utility rebates also change often, and this program is updated once a month. So as an example, in the last screen, we looked at a utility and went directly to their website where they had a list of the equipment and lighting that they will pay a rebate for. So here are the LED tubes. For consumer energy electric customers, for their fixture equipment that they'll rebate, notice they don't give a rebate based upon the type of fixture. They give a rebate based upon the type of fixture and the amount of energy that you save. In general, they'll pay between 25 and 75 cents a watt, depending on the type of fixture. In order to get to 75 cents a watt, you would need to have continuous operation. These are some of the criteria that utilities build in to their rebate programs, and therefore it's always good to go to their website and verify that what you see on our utility rebate finder is actually what they're offering on that day. So wrap up of what we learned in the 6 sessions. Lighting terms. If you understand lumens, color temperature, CRI, voltage, and life, then lighting projects become a lot easier. For application terms, foot candles, dimming types, LED replacement types and their characteristics, like is it direct wire? Does it require a driver? Is it single-ended or is it double-ended? For fixture terms, what type of fixture is it? Recess, flush, pendant, suspended? And what are the mounting types? What controls are needed? Are dark sky requirements enforced by the municipality? Do you need onboard emergency lighting in the fixture? And the cost of lighting is determined by the cost per kilowatt hour in the area or by the utility. The number of fixtures used. Does the utility offer the rebate? And by knowing that and the number of hours that the fixtures are operated, you can easily calculate a return on investment from when the customer has today to a more efficient system. Quiz 6, the one you've been waiting for. A fixture used in a high ceiling application is called what? 2 words. A lighting layout tool can be found at satco.com. Is that true or false? ROI stands for what? And finally, utility rebates can, word starts with an R, ends with an E, the total cost of lighting projects. Please send this to the SATCO regional manager when you have an opportunity. On behalf of the entire SATCO team, this is Bob Nigrello, thanking you for staying with us for the Lighting Basics course. Wishing you success in your lighting business.